Hey guys, this is Quinn. Today we're gonna go over some hydroponics using the Kratky method, something that I've picked up during the pandemic. So something that's pretty fun that I've quite enjoyed and I wanna share with everybody. So what it is you get to grow plants. This is my tomato plant that I'm growing. This took about, I wanna say like a month and a half or so, but you use no soil. And all you need is some nutrition water, some clay petals, rock wool, and a little basket. And you need a jar, and that's it. That's all you need. So quite awesome. We'll go over what we need to get this project going. So first off, we need a jar. We need to buy this netting cup. I like the 3-inch one. Fits perfectly into the jar. Also 3-inch, so it fits perfectly there. You're gonna need some clay pebbles. Right there. You're also gonna need some rock wool. And you just break off a little piece like that. You're gonna need some nutrition things, liquid planter food to help it grow. I found that you truly don't need it depending on what you're trying to grow. So this really does help make it grow bigger. But truly, if you don't really need to use this. If you don't want to, you just keep things a little bit smaller, but still good. You can see some of the things that I've grown. I'll show you guys. You saw the tomato plants. I'll give you guys a lettuce. We've grown lettuce in this den. We've grown Thai basil. Let's see. We have watercress. We got Napa. We have bok choy. Working on a little tomato, or actually no, a little chili plant here. You can take a look at it. Little baby, little guy there. So something we're starting right now. So let's go. How to do this? So what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna get some of that clay pebble. You're gonna soak in water. Make sure you clean it. Take away that extra dirt and stuff, and also you want to soak your rock wool too. And once you get that done, what you're going to want to do is you're gonna get your jar. Actually, let's go with the basket first. You're gonna put some clay pebble in there, the ones that are already washed and soaked. And you're gonna want to get your rock wool. You're gonna put this in there, and you're gonna put the clay pebbles around it. So it helps block out the sun too, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. And there's gonna be a little hole up on top, so I'll show you the little hole right there. And what you do is you're gonna put a seed in there with the water already soaked in this thing. So depending what you want to put in, you can put tomato plants, you can put chilies, all type of different things. I do recommend, if you do this, is you can see my tomato plants. Is getting pretty tall, and it's gonna get taller, and that's all it's gonna do. I recommend going online and ordering some like dwarf plants, so dwarf tomato, dwarf chili plants, so it won't grow too big. It'll just be nice and small, and it'll just fruit within that size, rather than this guy, which I started, and it hasn't even grown any fruits or anything. It's still trying to grow up. So I can just see this guy just getting bigger and bigger, which I'm pretty sure you don't want. You can see that I live in an apartment and we don't have that much size, so kind of worried about that guy. Okay, so yes, you put a plant in there, or you put the seed in there, and you put it into the basket. And you're gonna want to put water into a jar where it touches the first line right there. And if you put it in the first line, the water is going to absorb up into the rock wool and into the clay pebbles, and it'll keep this little basket nice and wet, so it'll help germinate the seed that is in there. You can see, depending on which plant you're trying to grow, you can see like this little guy. This has been my chili plant. I don't even know which chili this is. I tried like 3 different ones, but this one took about 2 weeks to grow there. So depending on which plant you're doing, This tomato plant took like 2 days to, or 2-3 days to germinate. So some just likes to grow faster than other. And the great thing about it too is you water it to that point and it just starts growing, and you don't have to go back and water it or anything. Let's go back to this little chili plant. So one thing that's pretty cool is this little chili plant is like this big. The roots actually has already touched the water way down here. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it, yeah, there you go. The water is, the roots are already way down here. So sometimes you don't even see it's actually growing, but it really does. It really just goes down way further than it goes up. So it needs to root down before it grows up. So pretty cool. And what you do too is you don't want sunlight to hit that water, because if you hit that water, it's going to get algae and it goes into your roots, and it's not going to be good for your plant. So what I did is I got a brown bag from Walmart there, and I cut it out into little circles, and I covered it up just like that, and I put it onto my windowsill. That's all it takes. And you really don't have to go back again, do much with it. You just let it sit there and let it grow. And as it keeps growing, the water will just keep going down, and you're going to be really tempted to keep watering it up and going up and down all the time. But you actually want the water to keep going down and have the extra space between the plant and the water, because it helps with the oxygenating, I can't say that word, oxygenizing the plant. So yes, but that's not the only way you can grow. So there's a couple of cheating ways that I've learned that you don't have to grow directly from a seed. So my tomato plants, my chili plants, there's a couple plants that I've tried to grow from seed, which works great. It takes a little longer, but let me show you here. Like my lettuce here, I'll show you the roots. Oh, I can't really go down with this one. Actually, let's see, my roots. These guys right here, I have 3 of them. It was the spring mix that I found at Walmart that I just took and turned into this hydroponics. So let me show you how we got that. Was I bought a mixed spring box, and this thing was like $3, so kind of expensive for a lettuce box, but when you break it down, it's pretty worth it. Let me tell you why. Because these things come with roots already set in here. One thing that's great about when you buy this and you eat this is you can leave it in your refrigerator for literally 3-4 weeks, and it'll stay nice and crisp because it comes with the roots, and it's great. And it's a spring mix, so it comes with 3 different style of lettuce inside of this thing. And let's open this guy up. It's brand new here. So again, this thing comes with roots. So eat the lettuce on top, leave a little bit at the bottom, and you break this apart, just wash it out, the roots, and separate it into all 3 of the greens. And what you do again is you're going to take that basket with some clay pebbles, and you can put that plant, that small little plant that you're gonna have with the roots, and just put it directly in here, and put a couple of rock wools just around too, just to keep it nice and moist inside of it. Again, fill it up and put it in water, nutrients water, and it'll just start growing. You'd be surprised how fast it actually grows. The lettuce that we've actually had, like this guy with the other 2 that we got from the spring mix, we've harvested from it, I want to say 4 times already. It's made an amazing lettuce salad whenever you want. Takes about, let's see, I want to say we've harvested every 2 weeks or so. With all three, we were able to make literally a lettuce salad every 2-3 weeks from it. Not that huge, but still quite a bit for 2 people. So pretty cool. Let me show you another method. What we've done too is our Thai basil. Thai basil here. You can see it's grown already. And all this was clippings. And what I did is we went to the Asian store and bought some basil there, and was able just to directly take the basil from there and clip a couple of the stems there and stick it in here, and it just started growing. So it's pretty cool. One big tip is let's see where this spread right there. You want to cut, when you do this, you want to cut the stem here to like here, because that's where the roots are going to grow from, down here. So you want to cut it, and that's where it's gonna root them the most. So make sure when you do cut this down and place it into water, is make sure that part touches the water down below, because that's where it starts blooming like crazy. This thing here, it's been, let's say, I want to say 2 weeks. We just took a bunch of clippings, put it in there, and it's just been growing so crazy. One tip that I want to say is when you get at the store, you're gonna have like flowers above. When you do put it in here, make sure you clip those flowers out, because if you don't, the plant is just gonna try to soak water into those flowers, and it's not gonna bring nutrients, it's not gonna grow big, because it's constantly trying to push water to the flowers, so it's not gonna grow fast. So when you do get it, just clip those flowers, and your basil plant's gonna constantly try to keep growing flowers. And I'll show here. Like this guy here, you can see it's already trying to grow some flowers. So when you do see it, all you gotta do is just clip it off. And when you clip it off, again, you're gonna just see it and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. We've harvested from this guy multiple times too, so whenever we're making different kind of dishes, we come over here, pick a couple, and go and use it for the dish that we're making. So pretty awesome, pretty cool, and super easy too. So what else here? I'll show you what we're doing over here. This is what we're working with, some mints. So some mints, same thing. We went to the store, bought some clippings, and you can see we just cut it down. We'll give you some example here. I'll show you, we've put this in probably, I want to say 4 or 5 days, and you can see that's already rooting. You can see what I was talking about. You want to clip it where those leaves are growing out, because you can see that it's already starting to have the roots growing. So what we like to do is we like to start it off into the jar first. So take those clippings and stick it into a jar, put some water in there, and that's all it takes. We don't even put any nutrients, water, or anything in this guy right now. So whenever we feel like the roots are ready, we'll transfer it over to our jar with the netting and everything, and stick it in. Sometimes I like to do is I like to stick it through these holes here, and sometimes I'll even cut the little plastic in there, so be able to stick the whole stem through and sticking down, so that it'll be easier to touch the water and just let it grow from there. On those ones, I actually don't even use rock wool. I'll just put the pebbles, and it's worked quite well. And that's what we've done with the basil here. And there you go. That's hydroponics, using the Kratky method, using the jar, netting, pebbles, and all of that. You can see we've got quite a bit. So we've grown all kinds of different things here. We got some plants here, all around, quite a bit. Pretty fun. So when I started this, I wanted to grow things that I wanted to eat. So that's how we started. Oh, here's another one. This is just using the cup method. So let's take a look at this green onion, because we've harvested from this thing for, I want to say, like 3 months. Quite amazing. Again, we just use a cup. This is, you guys don't know what this cup is. This is a silicone cup from Silly Pints. Shout out to Chris Piper over there. It is amazing. This thing, you can put it in, it doesn't break, it's plastic. And you can put it into oven, cook it, it doesn't really matter. It takes the heat, doesn't break, it's amazing. But anyways, back to the onions. You can see here, we put this in for like 3 months and we constantly are harvesting from this guy. So we take a couple of clippings, use it in our dishes, and again, just fill up the water, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. It doesn't ever stop. So pretty cool, pretty fun, something to do. Okay, now that's it. So thanks for listening. This is whole 16 minutes worth of my random stuff. So thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.